staying ahead in the gaming world feels like a speed run sometimes, doesn't it?
It really does. Things move so fast.
So for this deep dive, we've kind of cut through the noise of recent gaming news. We want to give you the core updates you need.
Like the big stuff, right?
Exactly. Big DLC drops, a new piece of hardware, some game-changing updates, and what's happening in esports.
Okay.
Consider this your express lane to being informed, ready to go.
Definitely. It's fascinating to see how these different parts of the industry are evolving, even just recently.
Okay, let's unpack this then. First off, Elden Ring.
Ah, yes, the DLC,
From Software has officially announced its first downloadable content. You know, for those who've explored the lands between, this promises more story.
which is already so intricate.
Totally. And, true to form, some seriously challenging new areas and bosses. What are your, initial thoughts on this kind of post-launch content?
Well, what's interesting is they're still investing so much in these huge single-player worlds.
Right, when everything's going live service.
Exactly. So many games are shifting that way. But Elden Ring doubling down on a big contained expansion, it kind of speaks to the power of that original experience.
And players wanting more of that specific thing.
Yeah, more of that gameplay, that lore. It also raises the bar,
Yeah.
for what players expect from DLC in these big RPGs.
Absolutely. Okay, moving to hardware. Nintendo.
The Switch Pro, it's finally official.
Yep, launched. The key thing here is the upgraded internals, the hardware.
So better performance.
It should mean smoother performance, yeah, and maybe better visuals in games that support it. So, if you've been waiting for a more powerful handheld or hybrid,
This is probably it.
it feels pretty significant. How do you see this fitting into Nintendo's overall strategy?
Well, connecting it to the market, it seems like Nintendo's trying to capture players who wanted a more premium feel.
Without losing the Switch's main selling point.
Right, that versatility.
Mm.
And the better specs might attract developers who maybe found the original Switch a bit limiting.
Interesting point.
It does raise a question, though. How will games use this new power but still run okay on the old model?
Yeah, that'll be something to watch. Now, for multiplayer fans, Battlefield 6.
Oh, yeah, the big update just dropped.
A really substantial update. It includes fixes for gameplay issues, something the community's been pretty vocal about,
Understandably.
plus new maps, new weapons, trying to inject some fresh life into it. What does an update this big mean for a live service game like Battlefield?
Well, for these games that are always, evolving,
Yeah.
consistent updates are just vital.
Got to keep people playing.
Exactly. Keep the player base healthy, respond to feedback. This update signals they're committed to, like improving the core gameplay.
And giving reasons to come back.
Yeah, offering new stuff. It's always that balancing act, isn't it? Fixing problems versus adding cool new content, keeping it engaging.
Right. Okay, shifting gears a bit, narrative games.
Cyberpunk.
CD Projekt Red announced a new expansion for Cyberpunk 2077.
War Night City.
It's like it. They're promising new storylines, new gameplay mechanics. Given the game's journey since launch, this feels potentially quite important.
It definitely feels like a big opportunity for them.
How so?
Well, a chance for a major story continuation, maybe, and to show off improvements, things they've learned since the initial release.
Right.
For players who are really invested in that world, Night City and its characters, new stories are a huge draw.
A reason to jump back in.
Or just keep going, yeah. It's a chance to build on what's already there.
Okay, finally, let's just quickly touch on the competitive scene. Esports.
Always busy there.
It is. The Overwatch League finals are happening, and the Dota 2 Major Championship.
Both huge events.
Absolutely massive online viewership. Really highlights how global competitive gaming is now. How do these huge tournaments impact the wider gaming world, do you think?
I mean, the sheer scale just underscores how gaming's become a major spectator sport.
It really has.
They drive trends, they inspire players, they create these really vibrant communities around the games.
And the audiences.
The huge online audiences show gaming's reach as entertainment. It goes way beyond just the people playing.
Good point. Okay, so just to quickly recap everything,
Let's do it.
we had the big Elden Ring DLC announced, the launch of the more powerful Nintendo Switch Pro,
A major update for Battlefield 6.
the reveal of a new Cyberpunk 2077 expansion.
And those huge esports tournaments captivating everyone online.
Right. So, considering all these developments, here's something for you listening to think about. What single announcement do you think has the biggest potential to maybe shift your gaming habits in the next few months?
Yeah, it's a lot to consider, isn't it?
It is, and each update speaks to a different part of gaming. We definitely encourage you to delve deeper into whichever of these grabbed your attention the most.
The game's always evolving.